Hey everybody, welcome back to another video of the Ask Me Anything travel series, and I'm excited about today. I think we have another really good video for you guys, continuing on the topic of what I noticed when I came back to America after my travels, because the more I dig into this topic, the more interesting it gets, because I start to really think about the little nuances that I see in our own culture compared to a lot of the other cultures that I've seen around the world. And this one is really something that I took for granted before I left, especially because I didn't know a second language before I left. And I'm not saying that I really know German now, but the little bit that I picked up really made me think about language and how it shapes us and our culture. And coming back, I really noticed some differences between the German language and the English language that were interesting. I think the main one is the use of I and or am and have. So in English, we use a lot more of the I ams in almost tying that to our identity, compared to German, where they say I have, and instead of like I have it, I have this thing, and it's not a part of me. And I'll give you guys an example. So in German, you would say like ich habe Hunger, which is I have hunger, instead of I am hungry, like I am hungry. And another example is ich habe Anger, which is I am angry, or I have anger in German, direct translation, compared to in English, we say I am angry, almost directly tying it to us. And it is one word, but it's a very crucial word and can play roles like depression. Like I have depression compared to I am depressed. And that really makes you think for a second. Okay, so the language is trying to express the same exact thing in the universe, but our tools of saying it are different, and our tools impact how we think about the same situation. I think that's completely fascinating, especially since there's so many different languages and grammar structures and different ways to explain things, that you can have one situation and it be completely described completely differently across the world and across many different cultures, which is like so crazy. And what we do say does affect us and does reflect back on us. I really do think the more that we say I am something, it really ties to the concrete picture of who we are, instead of having something where it's just something that we have. And if we set it down, it's not a part of us. We can distance ourselves from it. And I think a really good example, the more that I thought about this topic and how we use language, especially compared to maybe England, Ireland, Scotland, even India and English-speaking India, English-speaking Africa, Australia, New Zealand, is that we really talk about money in our culture a lot. So that was one of the things that I really noticed coming back, is that a lot of our slang revolves around either business making money or things being worth something to us. And a couple examples would be, I would bet on that. So I would bet my money on this thing happening, or I feel like $1,000,000. So it's a pretty direct example. What's the bottom line? We say that a ton. Like, okay, what's the bottom line? Or get to the point. That's not worth it. Like, that's not worth it to me, or that's worth it to me. Basically implying that I would put my money on the line for something, or even dropping dimes. It's even in basketball. You hit a three-pointer, I drop some dimes. So the money aspect of how we talk in America is stark in almost in everything. And it was weird coming back, especially staying abroad for so long and going to a lot of other native English speaking countries. It's just not quite there. They don't talk about money the same way. And it might drive sort of a culture that's a little bit obsessed with money, in my opinion. So it's really interesting about what we say every single day does reflect on our culture and how we act. And it's true. It's a weird dynamic, because there was rules and languages that adapted a long time ago. But if you think about it, if you the things that you do and say every single day do shape you in some way. And I guess that's my point, is that language is a very crucial tool for communication, but there are tons of different ways to say the same thing. And just because we're interpreting and using American English, someone from a different culture might see the same situation and use Mandarin, or even they learned English but still have the Mandarin aspects of how they describe things, and it could be completely different. So I guess my challenge for you guys is to pay attention to how you speak, because if you are struggling, if you have put up walls in front of yourself, if you are battling depression, anxiety, all these things, saying that I am something actually might be hurting you more than helping you. Maybe think about that. Like, how do you personally use language? How do you personally use English, Spanish, German, Mandarin, Thai, whatever? And what words are you using? And how is that reflecting on your life? Because you can change that. You can change the way that you use the tool, and it might have a really beneficial impact into your life. So that's it for me. I think that's something I'm really working on coming back, is, maybe taking some of those money slangs out, or taking some of those self-defeating, just ingrained parts of our language out, so it doesn't reflect back on me and I don't start believing in what I'm saying, or what those phrases are unintentionally implying. So that's my challenge for you guys. Pay attention to what you say. Pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth, because they are important, and what you say is very important. And that is it for me. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer any more questions, including anything else that I've seen coming back. I think this is a fun topic. I'm going to keep rolling with this for a while, because I got a lot to say, including a lot of stories. So come back next time. I'll try to keep these videos rolling. If you have missed a couple, check out the YouTube channel. I'll have all of the videos there if you want to just browse or find topics. And keep those questions coming as usual, and I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your Wednesday, and yeah, until next time. See ya.